More and more, it feels like the way this world, the way this system is set up, is not for kind hearted, soft hearted, open hearted people. And I know that each and every one of us has a reason for our hearts to be hardened. It could be a parent that doesn't want to take accountability. It could be the ex that refuses to change or grow, or they're moving on. It could be a friend that betrays us. It could be some type of disappointment. All of us have that reason, right? But when that happens, it can feel like getting to a place where your heart is hardened. It can feel like strength. Like, I'm never going to let this happen again. This is never going to be my situation. I'm never going to be that hurt. Um or like wisdom. Like, I've learned this thing, and this is why I've changed. This is why my heart is the way it is now versus how it was before. But the reality of it is that's not necessarily true. Like, allowing a bad situation, a disappointing situation, a betrayal, whatever it is, to change our hearts is kind of the path of least resistance, dressed up as growth, dressed up as this is a better version of me, when that's not necessarily true. Staying open-hearted is much harder. It requires a lot more work on yourself. It requires a lot more self-reflection, a lot more reflection on the situation. And I want to make it very clear, this is not a naive thing. It's not not having boundaries. It's not letting people walk all over you. Like, that's crazy. It's not that you can't hold someone accountable or walk away or choose to never speak to somebody again. It's just refusing to allow what happened to make you colder to the next person. And that's what's really important. And here's the thing. It's not our responsibility to heal other people, right? But you are responsible for not making it more difficult for someone else to heal. And here's what I mean. Even if you are one of the most loner types, you don't have any friends, you've cut off all your family, whatever, there's going to come a time where someone comes into your life and they're going to need a soft place to land or a place to land. And if you provide them with a boulder, if you provide them with a rock, no one's going to leave refreshed. No one's going to feel comfortable enough in that place to go on and be better, generally speaking. But if you give them a soft place to land, even if they decide that they're not going to be a better person, at least you know that you haven't made them worse because of where your heart was, because of how you dealt with them, because you've decided that you're going to stay the person you are. And I get hurt people. Do you really want to be one of the people going around hurting people? I don't. I don't. I don't want other people to be in the situation that I'm in, where I'm hurt and I'm struggling to heal and I'm going through therapy sessions, spending all this time and money, or having to call my friends up and talk to my parents about this to like work through this. I don't want to be the catalyst for someone else having to do this. And I feel like that's how it should be for more of us. Even though it's easier, it's so much easier to just be like, I'm never I'm never making more friends, like no new friends. I'm never going to repair this relationship with my parents. I'm never going to date again. Whatever it is for you, right? It's so much easier to just block it out than deal with it, or to get to a place where you're comfortable enough within yourself and your own feelings to allow your heart to be open and to allow your heart to stay soft. And I think with the way that the world is set up, there are so many people. Again, it doesn't matter who it is, friend, family member, romantic partner. It feels like the way things work now, it is quite literally set up for us to be lonely, for us to be angry at each other, for us to have so much disdain and hate in our hearts for other people. And I really think that, I don't want to say the way that you fight back, but the way that you within yourself defy that is by not allowing your heart to be hardened. And it's difficult. It is a challenge, let me tell you. But I think it's important. And I'm not going to keep yapping about this. I don't know. It was just something that I was thinking about today. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear how this lands for other people, because I think, especially, there are just a lot of people that are dealing with really difficult situations, understandably. Like, I get why there are so many people who are really closed off and really standoffish and et cetera, et cetera. But I think it's important that more of us put in a very specific effort to not allow that to happen as much as possible. Because if all of us are doing that, it makes it infinitely harder for all of us to get what we want, which at the end of the day, I would hope is healthy relationships with the people around us, a healthy community, and happiness, right? At least until we get into a place where the system is better. And who knows how long that's going to be. So, anywho, if you don't know, my name is Alexis. I post every single day here on YouTube. And if you enjoyed this little yap sesh, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.